Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic may be offensive to some, but it's totally justified. And the topic is for the occult family is ghost hunters and demonologists are frauds. Now, what justifies me making the obvious criticism? The thing is that for those that really want to delve into the occult and maximize their potential from a psychic, metaphysical, and magical perspective, one of the things that can hurt people is watching these so-called paranormal shows, which really display the non-talented abilities of so-called ghost hunters. Don't believe me? If you really do your research, you will find out that people come in here with the element of the charlatan and the ego. They want to come in here and they really make things worse. This is one of the pitfalls of the dabbler. And then the dabbler, out of desperation, when they were in over their head, magically, they'll come to a so-called ghost hunter, which makes things worse. Because the thing is, with the dead, here's how it really works. When a person becomes a spirit or a daemon or whatever, they have access to things that you don't on the other side. So when you come in, get thee back, and I'm conjuring Jesus and Michael and whatever, and you're issuing a challenge to them. For those who were human beings at one time, they will take up your challenge. I can give a case in point. There was a show, Reno Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures. What happened to the two people that were involved with that show? Mark and Deborah Constantino. September 24th, 2015, Mark ended up killing his estranged wife, Deborah, and her roommate. This was in the USA Today News. Also, there's another person from The Haunted, Derek Archaro, who was accused of being a fraud, and he met his demise. One thing is, you have to understand, spirits want respect. Not so much for you to fear them, because I'm going to let you in on an occult secret. You only attach a certain energy that is within you. So if you're a person that suffers from trauma or arrogance or narcissistic, you're going to attract that to you. And as far as demonologists come from the Judeo-Christian perspective. This is what they come from. So if you really want to know how to do an exorcism, you can do an exorcism via the Catholic Church, because they have an occult think tank that is trained in that, or a Bokor or other occultists. You can call on Michael to do certain things, Sabriel, Metatron, Raziel, and even Lucifer. But they're not going to tell you that, because they know that most people want to be entertained. And even South Park had gave you the metaphysics on this on a episode called Dead Celebrities, where Ike was seeing so-called spirits. That's Kyle's younger brother. And what ended up happening is that they had really mocked the so-called ghost hunters. What is that? What is that? That seems like liquid in my pants. You're urinating. Many of these people on these shows are frauds. They are charlatans. So a ghost hunter, when they do something, they're doing something out of this, I'm going to come in as this Judaic Christian superhero. That is nonsense and madness. And you're not trained for that. If you leave spirits alone, for the most part, they will leave you alone. And I'm going to say something else. The Conjuring movies with Ed and Lorraine. One of their people who was a partner and worked with them, they were exposed as frauds. Somebody, if you really want this done, if you feel that you need an exorcism done, what you need to do is you need to deal with and reach out with the aforementioned, the Catholic Church or Bokor or a skilled occultist. That's who you go to. Because what's going to end up happening is that when you don't, is that once they leave, they're going to make things worse rather than better. And so-called hauntings aren't really hauntings. They're messages. And also, one thing about people who dabble with the occult or really don't know what they're doing, they can bring in an energy or a spirit when you go to antique shops and you purchase a mask or a book, in the case of my grandmother who was an Eastern Star, or even a hairbrush, jewelry, etc. If this has not been bequeathed to you, do not bring it into your house. It is as simple as that. Because all things have an energy. Period. They have an energy. So don't do that to yourself. And stop looking at TV. TV, when it comes to the occult on the Travel Channel, etc., that is for entertainment and to scare you. How can you get involved and realize and actualize your potential if you're afraid? You cannot do that. Simple, point blank. You can do so much if you transcend your fear. And once you really start working with these spirits, especially if you're a medium, and there's different levels to being a medium, they will protect you, but you have to take care of your body. You have to do that. So, ghost hunters, demonologists, they are frauds, and they are an impediment to what real occultists, mediums are trying to do. Avoid them at all costs, because it's all about showmanship. That's really what it's all about. And they're really going to invite more problems into your life. If you really want to get rid of certain elements, the best thing you can do, if you have an heirloom or this, that, and other, simply just take it out to the trash, or if there's a book or whatever, burn it. Even Aleister Crowley said that with the Book of the Law. So do that. So those PVBs or whatever that they're getting or whatever, they're trying to come and challenge spirits. So think of it like this. If someone challenges your manhood or your womanhood, what are you going to do? You're going to respond. What makes you think that they won't do that? So this is a caveat that I offer. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.